Hello everyone, my name is Andra and I'm really excited to do this class with you guys. I'm excited about the whole course that Brandy's doing, bringing together all these awesome artists and for free, which is, I mean, who does that besides Brandy, because Brandy's awesome. But I'm just really honored to be included in this. I love Brandy. She has a heart of gold and it's just so helpful. And I feel like that about a lot of the people in this, a lot of the teachers. There's just amazing people in this. And I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. I've kind of been playing along a little bit so far. And it's really fun. And I'm learning some new things. And we're not even halfway through yet. So it's really exciting. So we're on week 6. Right? Yeah, week 6. So what I wanted to do with you guys today is a little different. And I bought this journal. It's actually this journal at Michael's. It is from Jane Davenport. So this is, can you see that? Her new line at Michael's is really great. You've heard it talked about already. I have a few different things. Her watercolors are awesome. And I love this journal because, hold on, it is all hot press watercolor paper, nice and smooth, really thick, like cardstock, but it holds up really well. And the outside is just canvas, which is awesome. This is actually, it comes, like you can see, I don't think you can tell the difference, but it comes unfinished. And what I've done is I've just put I think 2 or 3 layers of gesso on this. And what I did, this is mine, I did a couple weeks ago, and I love it. As you can see, it's just too close. Okay, so this is the back, and it's all mixed media, just collaged, different 3D elements, and stencils, and of course I had to do a bird because I love birds. And it says, be your own kind of happy. You see the be your own kind of beautiful a lot. And I like to think of, along those lines, you know, there's so many ways to be happy. And not everyone's view of happiness is going to be the same as yours. And so I put that because I thought that was really great. It just kind of ended up that way. But I think that's really important. So anyways, regardless, I think what we're going to do today is we're going to make our own journal. You can use, you don't have to use this journal. You can use any kind of journal that has a fabric cover like this, even if it's colored. Like a lot of them are different colors. You can just gesso over it and paint and it'll be fine. Even a line journal if you want to write in it, or a sketch journal, anything like that. You could also do this on canvas because it's, I mean, basically a cohesive, if you put it like this, it's like one cohesive painting. And that's, we're going to treat it as if it's one big cohesive painting instead of 2. So if you want to do this on a regular canvas, rectangular or whatever, or a piece of paper, like, let's see, you could do this on watercolor paper. However, if you're using watercolor paper or even wood, you want to layer it with gesso. I just use this basic gesso. There's different kinds. Because we're going to be collaging on this, and if you don't put gesso on your paper or on your wood or on your unfinished canvas, it's not going to stick. It's just, this soaks in, and not this, sorry. Your medium that you glue it on with is just going to soak in, and your paper's not going to stick, and your paint's not going to look right, and you'll be frustrated. So gesso is super important. So quickly, I just wanted to show you this because I've been using this for, come on, it's been stubborn. I'm using this for the classes, and it's really fun. So this is actually, I was using my new watercolors from Jane Davenport. These are all the neutrals, and I was just playing with loose painting. I haven't put, this is where Brandy and Stacia's classes are going to go. I did Brandy's on a separate piece of paper, but I'm going to redo it on here. I'm going to do Stacia's on here. I haven't done that yet. This is just one that I was playing with. This is from week 4 from Tony's lesson. And then last week with Carrie. So, I'm going to use this actually for all of my lessons. I think any of them that I can do right in here, I'm going to do that because it's really fun. So that's what I'm using that for, and I'm going to set that aside somewhere. Here we go. So, what I have done with this already, I did it yesterday because it takes a while to dry, is I used my gesso and I just painted on 2 or 3 layers just to get that tooth, you know, to finish it off. Otherwise it's really soft and everything soaks into it. And it bends a little bit when you do that, but it can be corrected. Plus once we get all the other stuff on it, we'll do other weird things, but then you can just put a book over it to hold it down. So I did that already. I let it dry overnight just to make sure everything was completely dry. And it's just empty, you know. So what we're gonna do to get this going, find just about the center and open it up and lay it flat. And once it's flat, we can just treat it like a regular canvas. There we go. Okay. And to do this, the first step we're going to do is we're going to collage onto this. And I've picked out a variety of different papers, some music paper. This is a hymnal that was given to me that was missing in the cover. It's very, very old. It may have been from my great-grandmother, I'm not positive. And every once in a while I'll use a page because that's what it was given to me for. But I'm very, very careful about using it because it's very special. I have a couple different ones. I can't remember which one this came out of. And then I have just a variety of different scrapbook pages and some little pieces and some 3D-ish. These are also from scrapbook pages, but they're just cutouts. Can you see that? Sort of. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And they just create a really cool 3D effect. So I'm probably going to use those. I may not use all of this. I mean, I've got a few other little pieces. I've got this little butterfly wing I may or may not use, not sure. Set that there. These are all my colors I kind of am going for. And then I have some stencils too. A few different stencil options that I put aside. I'm not sure what I'm using yet, but I wanted everything handy. And then I have my paints. I have some just regular craft paints. And I love this is just from Target. And then I have my basics, Liquitex basics in a few different colors. I use that usually for the faces and other things. And then I have some Liquitex ink in rich copper. I love this. It's such a beautiful color. I love this stuff. Okay. And I have a distress ink that I just got that I haven't really played with yet that I might use. I haven't decided. And of course, my Liquitex matte medium that we're going to use to decoupage all of our pieces on before we paint. Use what you have. I mean, if you have another kind of matte medium, I know Golden has one and there's other ones, use that. And I think somebody said you can use clear gesso, but I've never tried that. Also, you could use Mod Podge, I guess, but it doesn't always, you can't paint over it as easily. Just use the matte if you're going to use it at all. This is preferable, definitely, because this works great. So, and then I have some pens. I'm going to use some pens, and I don't know. I have a bunch of stuff. I'll just use whatever I have. So, the first thing I'm going to do is take my, I need to buy some more of this almost out. Okay. That's my matte medium. And my scruffy brush. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start laying in my collage elements, and I'm not sure how I'm doing this yet, but I'm just going to do that, and I think I might speed through some of this just because this part takes quite a while, and that's not really anything to explain during that time, you know, so long as you know what materials you're using. I think it's important when you're doing this to keep your colors fairly cohesive. Make sure you're using colors that look nice together. That can be tricky. And people have different preferences. Like, seriously, use whatever you have, whatever you want to use, whatever looks nice to you. Tony had said a couple weeks ago, she had posted a link to the New York Public Library's, their digital database. And certainly be sure to check that out, because there's a lot of really cool stuff on there, and you can print out a bunch of different things and use that. And so long as you're using the ones that are free, I can't remember what it's called, free to the public, whatever you call it, you can use that for pretty much anything without having to worry about copyrights. This is just for fun, so it doesn't really matter too much. So I'm just going to use those. And then again, for my paints, I try to go cohesive for my paints, and I'll talk about that later once we get to that point. So I'm probably just going to go through this. If I think of anything important, I'll slow down the video and touch on that. But for now, I think I'm just going to just go through this and see what happens. Okay, I've got a few places where there's still some canvas peeking through, and that's okay. I don't think I'm gonna cover that. I think I'm just gonna let it go. Oh wait, no, I lied. Where's that? I know what I'm gonna do. I know. Okay, so I had these really cool, I had this scrapbook paper and it's got like tickets for different things all over it, and so I think I might put that right here just because it's really fun and kind of goes with the theme. This way or this way? I'm gonna do it this way. And then draw all that. The colors kind of bring them together. Make sure you spread your colors out a bit so that it's like I've got a little pink here and a little pink here, and you know, and I've got orange in various places, but they're not grouped together, which, I mean, you can do group together if you want, if that's how you like it, but for me, I like to have it spread out that way. When it's time for me to put my other layers on, it's, I don't know, I guess it makes it more cohesive or something. I've been using that word a lot, I think, in this video. So, I think that's good. Let me think, was there anything else I wanted to say? Oh, my 3D elements. I forgot about these. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put a couple of these on because I really love them. Just need to decide where. I'm going to put this one up here, I think. So the thing about when you're doing something thicker or something, like this one's not super thick, but I did one on my journal that was thicker, and you want to make sure you're using a lot of your medium so that it'll stick. I'm going to put this right, I think, under the stars up here. Maybe, because I really like the stars and I don't want to cover this up. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do another one over here to draw it together. Cohesive. Make it cohesive. I have a feeling that's going to be my word of the day. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do, no, that's messy. Hold on. That's a mess too. Yeah, I'm going to kind of rip this out and use the same star. It kind of patterned, whatever you want to call it, like a mandala. Try to rip this so they're even. Use that on the other side too. And this part's ripped, so I think I want to kind of make that a corner. Yeah. Put that down here. There, that's good. I think that's stuck down really well. And you know what? I'm gonna put this. I was debating on if I wanted to use this, like, because I want to put a girl over here somewhere. And it's not gonna be exactly like the one I have over there, but I think I might want to give her wings. But I think I'll hold off on that and decide later. Just save my stuff and come back to it. Once we get to that point, I might put that on. Let's see. Once I get her sketched out. So, once I know that, you want to make sure that all of your paper is covered with the acrylic medium, because once we go painting over it, it's got to have that tooth from the medium for the paint to stick. So you want to make sure that you've got a good layer of acrylic medium over the top of it. So, I am going to take my hairdryer and I'm going to dry this thoroughly and then come back. And we'll finish. We'll move on to the next step of this. All right, see you in a minute.